The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dr. Dele Alake, has sparked intense national debate after calling for the closure of schools in Nigeria that charge tuition fees in foreign currencies. He described the practice as a major loophole, draining the economy and fueling the relentless demand for dollars. Supporters of his position argue that it's a bold and necessary step to protect the naira and restore economic order. They believe that allowing schools within Nigeria to charge in dollars or pounds unfairly pressures families to source foreign exchange, driving up its value and further weakening the local currency. They also insist that such a policy would align Nigeria with global norms. After all, no nation allows local institutions to collect fees in another country's currency, and that closing this loophole could help plug the kind of capital flight that silently erodes economic stability. But critics see things quite differently. They warn that such a move could backfire, hurting rather than helping the education sector. Many argue that some international schools peg their fees to foreign currencies because they hire expatriate staff, import learning materials, and maintain global standards that require foreign exchange. Others say that parents who can afford such schools should have the freedom to make that choice, and that shutting them down would only limit options and discourage private investment. So the question is, should schools in Nigeria be banned from charging foreign currencies to protect the naira? Join the conversation on 0201 635 2013 or 090 You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. Ladies, we're having this conversation again, but you know, this is also coming from a top person in government. You know, we have sort of called them out, but now there's someone within the same ranks that is, you know, highlighting the issue again. So what do we think about this? So on the one hand, he's saying, shut these schools down. They're costing us a lot, devaluing our naira because people have to source for this foreign exchange. But there are some people that are saying, those that can afford it, allow them to, to afford it. There, yeah. Nobody is holding anyone down. And it's because also these schools, there's a reason why they do that. They need to maintain a particular standard. So that is why they get it. What are your thoughts, ladies?
Okay. We all need to work together to make Nigeria a great nation. And that means that many times we'll have to suspend some of our tastes, so to speak. So I do not agree that the schools should be shut down. The schools should have or should abide by Nigeria's policy. And that will make me to ask the question, what policies do we have for international schools in our nation? Do we have policies that protect, the common man, even though other people are there to also still make, do their business and make money from it? But then it protects the interests of, the larger populace. Do we have such policies on ground? If we don't have such policies on ground, then we have to start making such policies, because we cannot tell people not to do business the way they want to do business. We cannot tell people not to set up international schools in our nation, right? But do we have the policies that even though these are international schools, they must abide by the laws of the land? I can't go to China right now and set up a Nigerian school in China and then say that they pay me in naira in China. It's not acceptable because I'm in China. I have to go with their currency. So even though they want to charge based on the fact that they are, bringing in their resources from Obodo Ibo, they are bringing in the teachers from Obodo Ibo, can't it be converted to naira? They can convert it to naira. So you, as a Nigerian, that you want to put your child in that school, when you now calculate that, I'm going to be paying 20 million per term in naira, you now ask yourself, do I want to put my child in that school? So that the schools know that this is the law of the land. We're not stopping you from whatever you want to charge you, but it has to be in naira, so that we don't put burden on dollars, right? Because we are getting somewhere. We are getting to a point where naira can be used all over the world as well. It shouldn't be. I don't know why. I don't know the emphasis on it has to be dollar to make it international. We are an African nation. We are a strong African nation. We should start working to the point where if you're dealing with Nigerians, you're dealing in naira to reposition our naira to gain that strength. So in light of that, I think many of these schools need to bring down their pride. I sell products that I use raw materials from Obodo Ibo because many of the materials I can't source here. We don't have them here because of the quality of what I want for my skin and the skin of my customers. But I sell in Naira. So it's just for me to do the math and convert it. If you can buy, you buy. Many people come and say, your products are expensive. I say, okay, the products are not for you. My products are not for the large market. It's not for the large populace. It's for people who pay attention to what they put on their skin. And because the materials are in dollars, I will not sell in dollars. I am in Nigeria. I will find a way to convert it in Naira. And those who can buy, can buy. So because of that, I think it's a good thing, but he should not close down the schools. If we don't have policies, this is the time that our lawmakers need to sit down and say, okay, these are the policies that guide us as a country, even if you're setting up your international schools and all of that.
So I was going to... Okay, go, continue.
So how do you propose they enforce it, you know, if they want to enforce? Because our the Central Banks Act and the Foreign Exchange Monitoring and Miscellaneous Provisions Act stipulate that the only legal tender in our country is Naira.
Yeah.
So how do you do business here? I think we have the elite and the politicians and even the minister to blame for subscribing to schools like this in the first place. No business in this country should charge in another legal tender. Remember when Femi Falana was querying $1 thing, they were saying that, you know, it was wrong. Our legal tender in this country, I'm trying to remember that particular incident so I can bring it into question, because I wanted to go at the minister and politicians as well, you know, that our legal tender in Nigeria is Naira, and only Naira should be stipulated as the money for the money exchange. Whenever there's a money exchange, it should be stipulated. If you like, buy your head of principal in from foreign country. When they land here,
they pay Naira.
Find the difference, because what you do is that you deplete our foreign reserve by making Nigerians earn Naira, then source dollar to pay for things locally. We can understand that some of them have children abroad, but they are sourcing your country's currency to pay in your country. Nobody, no matter the name, title you give to that business, should be allowed this kind of excesses. It is abusive of our people and our ways. And it's just, you know, about time that somebody is waking up to now make it an enforcement. One of the ways to enforce it is to shut down the business. If he pay you well, you go do the right thing. Because if you go to that China that you explained now, truly, you won't dare them.
You dare not.
It's only here you see foreigners marching ground, doing anyhow, daring us. Because we lack, you know, we lack bites. We only back a lot of times, you know.
Okay, as strong as that statement is, I think you make a point, because I remember when we went to China, if you offer them dollars. They'll ask you, are you kidding? They almost look at it with disgust. Like, give me my money, my own local currency. I would like to see that with us.
Okay, so I'll say this, that the most important thing is that the government has to make sure that the country business can be run successfully here. Our currency is unstable, and let's not lie to ourselves. Yes, it's Naira, but a lot of things is the dollar that determines a lot of things in this Nigerian economy. If you notice, everything you do, they will tell you that, okay, what's the dollar rate right now? I know a lot of people who saved money. Dollar is like let's say it's like an asset. I know a lot of people who saved money some years back when dollar was at 580. Now dollar is 1,400 and something. They have cashed out. So if I'm going to come and do business in a country, I have to do something that will pay me. So if I'm coming and I'm bringing a school, because we know that bringing a school is a global business, because we're not just the only ones patronizing that
International
school. Yes, Ghana, people from Ghana come in, Libya, everywhere, they come in here to those schools.
So and you are the one that must bend for them.
Wait, hold on. So no, you will not bend for them, but because our currency is unstable. Today the money is this amount, tomorrow is a different amount. Yes. So I want to make sure that it's at a level where it's going to favor everybody. Okay. And the teachers you are bringing in from abroad that they are coming, you have to make sure that you pay them the same salary as what they will get over there, because you are bringing them to another place. But where today dollar will be 1,007 something. Tomorrow it will drop to 1,300. you know, I think they will have issues where in areas where they'll be able to balance it. So I think the government needs to stabilize our currency first of all.
Has it not been done?
They've tried.
That's what
They are trying. They are still working on it, but it's still fluctuating.
Yes,
It
yes.
is.
It's still fluctuating.
Which is true.
It's not stable.
And you know, to your point, Ramatu, which is you're bringing in all these expatriates to come into your country. If it doesn't pay them, they won't show up. You know, and some of the reasons we ask them to come is because they need to fill in some gaps that we're unable to fill here. And so that's why sometimes you are forced, you know, to pay them in foreign currency.
We're not unable to fill the gaps. It's just our greed that is killing us.
Or our taste.
No. I'm talking about the bringing in foreign expatriates here to come and work as teachers. Many of the things that they are coming with is something that we know, but we don't practice. The greed in us would enable us sabotage other people's businesses. So many schools that I know that have gotten to a very high level used foreigners as their heads to get to that point because of who we are as a people. So we need to fix ourselves. Why we are, you know, harassing the government that it needs to ban this, it needs to ban that. People are thinking of their businesses and how their businesses can be sustainable. So if I know that if I bring an Indian to be at the helm of affairs in my business, to stabilize my business, they will not steal from me, they will do the work that they are supposed to do. Because I want my business to grow, I will bring the Indian. It doesn't mean we have unqualified people here. It just means that our people, when they come into those places, they misbehave and they ruin your business. So while government should be fixing their policy on one hand, we should talk to ourselves. It was recently I was having a conversation with somebody. I said, this school is a particular school I've known for a very long time. It's just recently they started leaving Nigerians as the heads, and those Nigerians that they have left there have been with them for 20-something years.
So they had to earn.
They had to earn that position. Now that they have Nigerians at those places, the Oyibos have gone. There are no Oyibos in that. It's an international school. Nigerians have taken, because the women have seen that these particular people have been with me for a long time. Their track record and all of that. How many Nigerians can truly say that when you hold a position, you will not sabotage the owner of the school? That's on one hand.
Okay. Before you go to the second hand, let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with this conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thank you for staying with us. BC,
Yes, I was finishing. So, because Nigeria is a place where everybody just wants to survive, and many a times we blame the government for not, putting the basics in place for us. So people have found a way to latch into the loopholes of the government to thrive, right? And so we naturally like to take advantage of loopholes. So you come to a situation, and the foreigners that come and do business here, they also take advantage of our loopholes. They see it. They come to a place, okay, they look at the policies, and what do we have on ground? Okay, these people are not paying attention in this regard. They are not paying attention in that regard. Let us do our business this way, which they cannot try in their country because those people pay attention, and they've blocked over the years those loopholes. So to do a business as a foreigner in another place, you need to sit tight because all the policies, all the checks will be done. Now, there's something I always say: where there is no law, there is no sin. At the point of licensing a school as a nation, there are certain things that you must cross. You will dot your I's, you will cross your T's. You are presenting a license as you are getting a license as an international school. There are certain metrics that they would have checked. This is what we do in this country. This is how we do it in this country. And this should be one of it, which is because whether you're international or not, because you're going to be working here, you're going to be employing here, you must use our legal tender. Now, when they fault that, you can now come back and say, we have given you this and we've heard that you're still charging in USD, we'll close down the school. But if you have not given them that at the point of licensing, the first step is not for you to close the school.
Okay, I hear you. BC, sorry, we have a call. We have Olori Egbe from Ikorodu. Good morning. Good morning, Olori Egbe.
Good morning. Good morning, Miriam.
Good morning, I can hear you.
Good morning.
Okay. I think on this issue about foreign money being paid in our private school here. I think a lot is enough for these Western people. It is becoming too much. How can you come to my country to invest in my country and you are asking me to pay in your own currency? The Nigerians who went there to go and study, are they paying in Naira or in their own currency there? So we should not allow what is not good to have its stay here in this country. My take is that what the Minister of Social Minister said, the schools should be closed. If you want to pay them in with your counterparts in your country, you do the value with the Naira. I'll pay them in Naira. If you start want to now convert it to the currency over there, then they can easily do it. Then Ramatu was saying that maybe because the Naira is not stable, it's not stable. See, we start something somewhere and we'll get somewhere. Let us not be cheating because at times when we see these white people, we think they are superior to us. They are not superior to us. Let's talk. Let's speak out. We should disagree with that kind of formula. Those things, they will give them order. Pay in Naira. Use our Naira. If you don't use our Naira, close down your business and go back to your country. That's just my thing.
Thank you, Regbe, for your
contribution. Your country is the only stable place to do business.
Okay, so you made a point about closing. If while in the process of licensing a school, that should have been discussed. But we also understand that policies evolve. Maybe at the time of licensing, this was not something that we were talking about. There are many schools that are many years old, and at a point, it seemed like the cool thing to have some schools where you can pay in foreign currency. But because of the state of our economy now and the value of our Naira, it does not make any sense. So you may find that schools are used to that. So now, what we're talking about is we have been because this is not the first time we've had this conversation. We're having this conversation. Why are these schools still holding on to this form of collecting tuition from,
have they given them a directive
from parents? If for a government, for someone in government to say shut them down, this must be something that has been.
Have they given them a directive?
With due respect to the minister, you see, that's what you're about to say. Now today daybreak. Okay. 2022, when Femi Falana was addressing, because I don't go final. He was addressing at a session of the Nigerian Bar Association section on public interest and development law. He condemned the manner in which the central bank is settling a dollar exchange in the country, insisting that our Central Bank Act has made the only legal tender in this country, the Naira, and that, even school fees, paying of rent and all of that in any other currency is illegal. So before the licensing, it was already illegal for you to choose that option. I'm going to blame the parents who sit at the PTA meeting. I think it's an elitist thing to be told to pay in dollar because they bought books in dollars. The parents who subscribe to this have a huge fault because I know how this meeting sits now. They will sell everything to you that is foreign as a superior alternative and exposure for your kid. Whereas patriotism is not being sold and you sat at that meeting and you subscribe to it. That's the problem that I have here. He spoke in 2022. The minister had read this paper. It was on The Guardian in 2022. Nobody made it a policy to go around businesses. And please, I don't buy the Nigerian fault thing. Okay. Because you mentioned India. When she was talking and she mentioned India, I wanted to interject. They do businesses in Naira, capturing our population by doing mass production of foods. Medicine, which we buy and pay for in Naira, and it doesn't cause a problem. When they reach where they want to teach our children patriotism because of class, by grading them and all of that, they then tell them, your parents cannot afford to pay your fees in dollars, are poor parents. Because that's the only thing, it's classism that we are seeing here, nothing else.
Okay, so
you go to the market, I don't want to mention brands, very popular food stuff produced by non-Nigerians that are flooding our markets. When we go there, we pay in the 200 Naira, 300 Naira notes that we make in this country, and nobody's debating whether Nigerians have done anything wrong. It is classism. If you come to this country as a Ghanaian to earn, you will earn Naira. You will go and exchange it to your country's currency if you must take the money back home. If you come here as an American and you want to earn any Naira, go and find the dollar and change it. And respect the people who have been accommodative enough, generous enough to give you the space to earn. Are you people saying that the only toxic place or the only corrupt place to make money is Nigeria? What are you people then flooding here for? Look at our Niger Delta. Sorry, go on.
Jibril Abule. Jibril, good morning, Jibril. Okay, we lost Jibril.
Okay, so
look at our no vex. Look at our Niger Delta region. Which countries' companies flooded Ogoni and made those places unlivable for the people who were the indigents? And did they pay them in dollar to make things better? They left the country. They did not even find the naira to clean up. So these are the conversations, the core conversations themselves. You know what they now do? Raising our younger generation to have the same mentality that brought us here. If every Nigerian say, no, I will not take that insult. This is my fatherland. We will do better. But when you say, okay, when they dollarize it, you keep its stability. Do you know what dollar is doing to the owners of dollars? But they are in their country. They are not faulting their country and condemning it. They are looking for solutions within.
Okay, we have a caller.
Let any foreigner come and tell us what to do here.
We have a caller. Gloria. Good morning, Gloria.
Good morning.
Please go ahead, Gloria. We can hear you.
We are talking just a good morning, everyone. It's just about the dollar thing. Like in Ghana, I think Ghana was like that before, but it's changed now. If you are a foreigner, you pay in dollars. But if you are a Ghanaian, you pay with Ghanaian money.
Okay.
So it's not like that anymore because they know what is costing to their economy and they just stopped it. So if you are a foreigner, you pay in dollars. If you are a Ghanaian, you pay with your normal currency. So I think it's a very good step for our economy. When we started Dubai 20-something years ago, we pay in naira. But the economy was not stable. They were trying to sort people to get things. But now, you must change to their own money.
Okay.
To be able to, because they know they can do without you now and they are stable.
Okay.
So you must change to their money. I think it's a very good idea.
Yes. Thank you, Gloria, for your contribution. So what Gloria is saying is that, so in Ghana, they would earn the foreign exchange. So they're not asking their citizens to change their cedis into dollars. They're saying, you, wherever you're coming from, change whatever money you have into dollar and then so we earn foreign exchange. But I was going to ask Ramatu, you're a businesswoman. You do a lot of importation. And sometimes you have to change your naira into, dollars. And I just find that, I'm wondering, do you think it's a form of hypocrisy that government is clamping down on schools when they seem to have a lot of lifestyle habits that they source foreign exchange for, And I think that maybe they should first look at that area first, know. And how do you think that also affects you as a business person when you're doing your importation?
The institutions, obviously, they need to do better. Because we have the Bureau de Change people. There are people out there who sell dollars. Convert dollars, they will go, you bring your naira and they give you dollars. If only the government can regulate this thing and say, okay, it's only our banks that will give out dollars. You know that these people are going to lose their jobs. Fine. But you can only get dollars in the banks. Now, if I want to put my child in a school that says we should pay in dollars, the school, I'm going to pay that dollars into that school's account. And it's going to be, the school will have a dollar account. If we pay that money into the school's dollar account, now I have to go and source for that dollar outside to buy from the Bureau de Change and go and deposit that money into the school's account. So you can imagine if the Bureau de Change, they don't exist. You have to buy that dollars in the bank. The bank will change that dollar to naira. And that will force the school to start collecting naira. That method will work if we try it. That's just the truth. Like now, look at this, like you were asking about my business. The machine I mentioned this morning. We bought it when dollar was how much? Dollar was 1,700 when we bought it. When we bought the machine, and you know how you give your customer the total amount, such that the customer will just go and relax. The machine will just come and go to your house straight up. But at the end of the day, dollar was now up and down, fluctuating here and there. And then when it now landed, there was a time the dollar went up to 2,000 before it now started coming down to the level where we are now. We're trying to clear it since that time. It went up, So that was where the my customer was trying to look for the money and everything. So it affects until I'll say this, until our currency is stable. Once our currency is stable, we know that this is the amount to dollar, and then we can only get dollars from the bank. Because you remember when we're going to when we're going to China. When we went to China, that's a developed country. This is a developing country. We must understand that one.
All right.
Then when we went to, let me finish, sorry. When we went to China, before, when we wanted to exchange money, you must go and exchange that money in their banks. You don't just go around and exchange money there. You understand?
Yeah.
And again, if our cards could work directly there, we won't even be thinking of carrying dollars there. You won't carry naira to China and say you want to go and spend in China. So our institutions have to make sure that this thing works so that we'll be able to have access to our money wherever we are.
All right, thank you. Jibril is on the line. Good morning, Jibril.
Oh,
sorry, we've lost Jibril again.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with our conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.